Fishermen are addicted to new items, or at least I am, and I think most of my buddies are. So I'm gonna lump us all into the same little group here. We love new items, and we like twists on old items. We like advancements a lot of times. But the end result for many people is a better experience on the water. They get more bites, they get more hookups, they land more fish, and they can tell more fishing lies a lot of times on how great their day was. And that's what today's show is going to be all about. We're going to go to ICAST. We're going to show you some behind the scenes things that happen at ICAST. We're going to talk to pros about new baits and techniques that they're using on the water. We're going to show you some new products and how we're using them and how others are using them, basically to help you catch more fish. I look back on the invention of Garmin's Panoptics and the ability to scan and see objects, and we could see fish with that, and then how it began to evolve and over time and what that meant to us as fishermen. As we look at the latest evolution of Garmin's LiveScope Transducer, how clear it is, how easy it is to be able to determine the direction that fish are going, how they react to their bait, the size of the fish, to be able to look short and long distance, how easy it is to operate. And I'm absolutely blown away because every species of fish, ice fishing to offshore fishing, has gained incredible insight on how fish react to our baits and our presentations now, thanks to LiveScope.
How's LiveScope's changed my fishing? It's changed my fishing in a way it's educated me. I've learned more about fishing in the last 3 years of using Garmin LiveScopes than I have in 25 years of competitive fishing. It allows me to see how the fish react to baits, how the fish react to structure, how they react to different times of the day, cloud cover, sunny, all the different conditions. I can see what's going on all around the boat.
There's a lot of talk right now about something from Garmin, the 34 Plus Transducer. What it's done is it's kind of taken the place of the original 32, the LiveScope Transducer. And I've been one of the lucky guys that's been running it for a while. And in the beginning when it came out, you're like, well, how can it be better than LiveScope? It really is.
So, I mean, the biggest thing about the LVS34 is just the clarity. I mean, you can see right now, I mean, that is an actual school bus. Bait ball's right here over the top of it. I mean, you can see the windows in the school bus. I guarantee you there have been more lost cars, buses, campers, whatever it might be in the lake. People are finding them. I mean, right here, you're looking at trees. The biggest thing about the 34 is the clarity. Right here, you can actually see that's a drop shot going down. You can see the weight and the bait all in one shot. So it's just incredible the clarity you get from the new LVS34.
This transducer just makes reading your graphs so much easier. It's so clean, so crisp. There's a lot less of a learning curve. You know, you don't have any dead spots in your transducer. And it honestly just helps me catch more fish because it's a lot easier to pick out the fish on your unit and you really just don't miss anything.
In a brush pile situation, allows me to see in the brush pile, not just around it, but in it. I can see fish moving in it, how they're reacting to it. The LVS34 Plus, super good target definition, separation is amazing.
You know, probably the biggest thing about the LVS34 and LiveScope in general is it really makes you focus on fish that you really never fished for. I mean, when you're going down a bank now, I'm constantly scanning, looking for fish that may not be up there on a piece of cover or maybe out there suspended under a bait ball. I guess that's the biggest thing. It just makes us as anglers more aware of the fact that fish aren't always where we want them or expect them to be. It's unbelievable days when you'll be going down a bank and you'll be catching them on a crankbait or a swim bait or something like that, and you stop getting bit and you're like, well, they're just not biting. And you start looking around and all of a sudden you realize those fish have actually moved. They're suspended out off the bank. And a lot of times just being able to see those fish where they're at with the use of the forward-facing sonar makes all the difference in the world in catching a fish that you might not catch.
You know, I got Panoptics in 2015 or 16. And I'm like, well, how can it get better? Well, that's a 2D picture. Here comes LiveScope. And then now we have LiveScope Plus. And I guarantee you right now, the engineers in Kansas City are working on something that's going to surprise us again. So it's just technology, fishing's changing, and a guy has to stay updated to be able to not only compete, but just make fishing a lot more enjoyable.
When there's miles of water in front of you and hundreds of feet below, you need a boat with the chops to dominate, no matter the conditions. With the strength and technology to overcome the elements and the competition. Ranger Boats, still building legends, one at a time.
The best of the best just got better. Clearer images, sharper resolution, improved target separation. That's right, better. LiveScope Plus, only from Garmin.
Reliability. Yamaha is known for it, and it's something boaters value, because these days, few things are built to last. When we find something that is, we hold on to friendships, traditions, outboards, because every second on the water is sacred. If you count on having this time, you need an outboard you can count on to power it. That's why boaters choose Yamaha for the long run, for life, because reliability starts here.
So the RkCrawler and baits like the McStick that I'm holding here, these are well-known baits for your colder water type presentations. You know, Mike McClellan, he's a well-known tournament pro, kind of an Ozarks kind of guy, and he dives into these types of presentations and really understands how the action of a bait like this versus how the action of a bait like this, and how you need to present each one of them in a different manner to catch fish.
Hey everyone, Mike McClellan here talking SPRO McSticks. I mean, I know a ton of you have all thrown the 85, the 95, the 115, the 110, but we're here with a brand new bait for this year. We're talking McStick 110+1. The unique thing about this bait, I mean, it's a deeper diving version of what's been, you know, our mainstay, the McStick 110. Still built to suspend. The bait's going to come in 8 of our best-selling colors to get things started, and then I'm sure we're going to advance on and bring all the colors into the array. But bait's a bait that'll dive 9 to 12 foot deep, you know, and that's according to line size. I mean, the line size is one of the biggest things. This bait's perfect for those guys that are out there chasing fish with forward-facing sonar. I mean, when you start talking LiveScope, this is the kind of bait you need to get to those fish when they're down in that, you know, 12, 15 foot range. Get that bait over the top of them, hover and pull them out of brush piles, treetops. But the bait has got a unique action, totally different than the original McStick 110. This bait's more of a ripping, slashing action bait. It's going to be just a phenomenal bait, so be sure and check out the new SPRO McStick 110+1.
Another great bait in the SPRO lineup that's best suited for the winter months and early spring is the RkCrawler. New from SPRO, this bait too will be available in a deeper diving version, the RkCrawler 50DD.
This is a bait that I am super, super excited about. You know, we started with the original RK55, then the 55MD came along. We figured we needed a smaller profile bait, so we came with the RK50. And man, the first time I threw the RK50, I was just like, man, if I could just get 3 to 5 more feet out of this bait, it would be perfect. And that's exactly what we've done with the new RK-DD50. Basically, it's the very same body size as the original 50, but you've got a deeper diving bill, a little bit wider bill. It's going to actually make the bait have a little bit more hunting action, and the increased depth is going to be the biggest thing about this bait. I mean, this is a bait that I truly believe I can fish like 9 to 13, 14 foot deep on 8-pound test. You know, you bump it up to 10, you're probably in that 12-foot range, but it is going to be an exceptional bait when you're needing a smaller profile, clear water situations. The new DD50 is going to be one you want to check out. It's going to be available in 12 of our best-selling colors, so be sure and check out the new RK-DD50.
When you're a hard bait, winding type fisherman, the bait selection is massive. When you walk the aisles of a Bass Pro Shops and you start looking at all the pegs, I mean, there's so many different colors, so many different baits that it can become overwhelming. But you as the fisherman kind of dial in based on the lake that you're fishing, the cover that you're fishing, and the time of the year, specific baits that are going to be needed. You know, you look at this new Speed Demon 55 by SPRO. This bait right here, I mean, I immediately start thinking about shallow cover, shallow rocks, grass, ripping along it, winding it very fast with erratic retrieves to try to trigger explosive strikes in that 1 to 5 foot of water. I mean, that's the kind of bait that I like to drop that trolling motor down, and I'm winding it. I mean, I'm creating a lot of erratic action as I'm fishing along.
The new SPRO Speed Demon is a bait that'll be ideal for burning through shallow cover during the springtime and throughout the year. Let's listen to several top pros as they introduce us to this new crankbait.
Hey guys, Dean Rojas here. I want to talk to you about the Speed Demon. This is a bait that we took about 15 months to design through SPRO, and it's a bait that I'm really excited about. It has all the attributes that I like to fish shallow with.
Being able to cover water quickly and efficiently is often the difference between winning the tournament and just having a decent finish. This Speed Demon 55 from SPRO is one of those baits that you're going to be able to do that with. It's got a circuit board lip, it's got a hard, tight, wobbling action, comes with super sharp Gamakatsu hooks.
The bait that runs anywhere from 3 to 5 feet deep, depending on the line size you use. But basically, you know, we have different colors for different times of the year. Obviously, the crawl color is an awesome color for the springtime, pre-spawn, spawn, and post-spawn as well. And we also have them in a shad color as well, you know, for different applications for when the shad are spawning, they're busting on bait, or you have, you know, bluegill that are spawning as well.
This is going to be a bait that you can go down the bank, cover water quickly, get a lot of bites, weighs 3/8 of an ounce, so you can cast it a long ways and get those fish in the boat.
Born in Japan, using technology, innovation, and precision, Sunline produces the widest selection of fishing lines at the most technologically advanced line factory in the world. Manufactured at the strictest tolerances to produce victories at the highest levels of tournament bass fishing. From household names like Christie, Swindle, and Cruz, to young guns like Cook, Logan, New, and Welcher, they all trust Sunline to take them to the top of the leaderboard. Choose the line that will give you the strength to guarantee your confidence. Sunline.
TH Marine has been producing top-of-the-line marine accessories to rig boats from transom to trolling motor for decades. From jack plates to fish care to LEDs, TH Marine has you covered. TH Marine, outfitting your boat from transom to trolling motor.
We don't have a large laboratory to test baits. Why, you ask? We don't need a big laboratory because our pros fish, our employees fish, our owners fish, and our kids fish. This is our laboratory. Our R&D comes from time on the water. All that time on the water brings us thousands of hours of testing new products and improving current ones for all species. Big Bite Baits, designed to bring the big bite to your line.
You know, Big Bite Baits has recently came out with their new Scentsation bait line. And, you know, when I was at ICAST this year, there was a lot of people talking about the smell and how potent it was. And guys know that type of stuff works, whether you're saltwater fishing, bass fishing, whatever it may be. There's something about scent that causes fish to react to it, to come to it, and hold on to it, which means you're going to catch more of them. So as you look at this new Big Bite Baits lineup that has recently come out, there's a lot of excitement on what they've designed.
New baits that we're talking about, guys, brand new baits, the new Sensation. This stuff is very stinky, scented. Smallmouth production was the original idea behind this product right here. Also got some largemouth stuff to go along with it. We have 7 new designs that are laid out, 7 different shapes, profiles. Some of them you notice here are smallmouth catchers. Some of them, not so much just smallmouth. This is a big largemouth player right here that's out there right now. They're the new super soft plastics. Guys, these things are like as soft as plastics I've ever touched in my life. They really are. And the smell, whew, it is definitely different and strong, no doubt about it. Hence the name Scentsation.
This stuff is just a much needed product. I mean, for years we've been using scents on our baits, you know, that messy stuff you're spraying, putting in the bags. We've got Sensation Big Bite baits now that have the scent already built into them. The smell of this stuff is almost atrocious. I mean, it is really bold. I mean, it's there, and it stays in them. That's what's cool about this. I've got product now that I've had for a year. We've been in testing with them, and the smell is still the same as it was the day I got the product. When you look at the shapes, we've got 7 different shapes. The new Scentsation ram tail. This is going to be an awesome little jig trailer, good bait to throw on a wobble head. So many different variations of what you can do with this. Just a super little trailer for smaller, compact jigs. Then you have the cliffhanger worm. This is a bait that Cliff Perch worked on. It's a little soft, super soft. That's the big thing about it. Drop shot bait, things of that nature. Then you've got the new skinny stick. This is a bait that Michael Neal has absolutely been dominating on over the past year. I mean, it's been one of them secret deals. You notice when he catches them, he doesn't ever show what he's catching them on, and the skinny stick's been a big part of that. Then we've got the quarantine craw, and I actually talked to Drew Cook yesterday. He had a 28-pound bag of smallmouth last week at the St. Lawrence River, and they came on that quarantine craw. So we have got a definite design of shapes that gets the job done. Then we've got this new Somali. Perfect little bait to drop shot, put it on a jig head, a variety of different things you can do with it. The slim minnow bait that you can rig drop shot on a jig head, just so many different baits. And then you've got the Sensation Smasher, perfect goby replicating bait. So be sure and check out the new Big Bite Sensation. You're not going to believe how atrocious the smell is.
Scent definitely plays a big role in what triggers a strike, what causes a fish to hold on to the bait longer. And Big Bite's new Sensations lineup, they've got 7 different styles in that lineup, is really proven itself to be a big producer up north. Guys in the smallmouth world, there's been a lot of testing going on behind it. It's hard to argue with the success of Michael Neal. He's a guy that's been big in helping develop and provide feedback in a lot of this. And some of the other pros that have added this to their arsenal in recent years.
High scent formula, super soft. The new Sensation soft plastics from Big Bite. It gets them.
It's time for our final break in this episode. On the other side, we'll take a look at all things Sunline. Fishing line is your connection to the fish and one of the most important items you use during a day of fishing. Stay tuned to hear from top pros as they talk about why they choose Sunline.
From sunup to sundown, day in and day out, we work hard. We play hard. And to keep us going during those long hours, we demand performance. Angle Coolers, the original high-performance cooler.
20,000 years ago, the invention of the fish hook marked the beginning of sport fishing. The first fish hooks were made of wood and bone, but today, advancements in technology have resulted in the highest quality fish hooks, designed for targeting many different fish with a variety of techniques. Gamakatsu started producing world-leading fish hooks in Japan in 1955. Introduced to U.S. anglers in 1992, Gamakatsu USA has a hook to catch you more fish no matter the fishing situation. Gamakatsu, simply the best.
Plenty of sunshine. Come on, man, let's roll!
What the? To catch the fish, you need to be one with the fish.
With PowerPole shallow water anchors, you'll get the ultimate in precision, power, and control, so you can catch more fish. No face paint or phony fins necessary.
Fishing line, it's something that probably doesn't get enough attention from the recreational anglers to what it means to their success and failures on the water. Tournament guys, they get it. They change fishing line religiously, many of them every day. They understand the technique-specific lines that are available. They understand the dynamics of what monofilament, fluorocarbon, and the different kind of super lines the braids provide for them. And those guys have become technique masters, for lack of a better word, in choosing the right Sunline fishing line for the right fishing application that they're using for that exact presentation.
You know, one of the reasons this year I've kind of been doing good is just Sunline in general. You know, I actually was in a meeting where I learned a lot of things about Sunline. They make a lot of different lines, and they are very specific in the applications that need to be used, such as cranking, flipping, nighttime, braided line. You know, I learned a lot about the leader material. You know, the leader material they make is very stiff, very coarse. It's not for casting, it's for leaders. But one thing about Sunline, they make a lot of stuff. It's very high quality, and it's very specific to the technique that I want to use. You know, one of the things that's really growing in my arsenal as a fisherman is braided line. You know, it's typically used for frogging and like grass flipping. But one thing, you know, I've always been hesitant to use spinning gear because of the twists and stuff and the lines, but braided line has really made that a lot more fun. You notice this year I won the Classic, using a spinning rod half of the day, and that's really something that a lot of people wouldn't have thought that. But, you know, putting braid on a spinning line, I use the SX1, 16 pound on a spinning rod. It just makes it a lot more comfortable. And I literally fish the Elite Series with some braided line that's a year old. I mean, it's all I do is change out the leaders. I may use the leaders, you know, 6 foot, 10 foot, but it's growing in my arsenal. And I'm really playing with the idea right now of flipping braid all the time and just using some, you know, 25-pound leaders and things like that. But if you're not using braid, there's some applications out there that you're really hurting yourself. One of them is frogging. Like, I could not imagine throwing a frog without braid. I use a couple of different ones, SX1 and also the FX2 frogging and flipping. But really, there's not a wrong choice using Sunline. You know, with the braids and also with the lines, we are very detailed in what we make. So you have a lot of choices, but you can't go wrong using Sunline braid.
The neat thing about Sunline is the 3 different brands of braid. I mean, you have the FX2 braid, which is your heavy combat, you know, braided fishing line that's strong, it's durable, it's not going to break. And then you have your SX lineup that is more of a finessey type of thing. It doesn't have as many strands in it. It's a little more refined. It's smooth to cast. It has all those really neat features that you need for spinning outfit, you know, and for applications that you really don't need the FX2 and you don't need the X Plasma for that. So it's a good middle of the road type of braid that you would want in that application. For the X Plasma, that is your refined braided fishing line. That is what you want to use when you're finesse fishing. It's something that I know a lot of the pros use that for their spinning rod outfits, and it's one of those lines where it's strong. It has that Sunline strongness about it, the strength, the flexibility, you know, and the non-break issue, to where you know that you can get away with, you know, using a lighter pound test line, and you know it'll probably handle a bigger fish than what it's already designed for. So those are the great aspects of it. You know, it's real limp, it casts real nice, it's smooth, it's silk, it doesn't want to bottle up on you. It's a joy to work with. So you have 3 different types of braid, the X Plasma, the SX1, and the FX2. So it gives you an option of whatever kind of braid fishing you want to do, any kind of style you want to fish. Sunline's got you covered.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
That'll conclude this episode of the Bass Pro Shop's Fisherman's Handbook as we look at the new items released at ICAST. Go check out these products and more as you gear up for your next fishing adventure. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. This has been a Carico TV production. This episode was made possible by these partners.
Yes.
Fishing isn't just a hobby, it's an obsession. Whether it's blazing hot or bitterly cold, bright sunshine, raining, or even snowing, someplace, somewhere, there's a fish that's ready to bite. And as the angler, you need baits that will catch the fish anywhere, anytime, no matter the conditions. From throwing topwaters to cranking the depths, know the baits to throw. Choose SPRO.
Are you looking for the ultimate way to mount your electronics? Beatdown Outdoors has a solution for you. Our mounts and live sonar poles are compatible with all major electronics brands and are designed by Fisherman for Fishermen. Beatdown Outdoors products are 100% American made using the highest quality materials, making our mounts extremely rigid and super tough. Unparalleled adjustability sets Beatdown apart from the rest. Whether you're just a passionate weekend angler or a hardcore tournament angler, we have you covered. Next time you're thinking about taking your electronics mounting game to the ultimate level, just remember, you can't beat a beatdown.
When we could sell a good product to people and they get that same enjoyment that we do, I always tell them, it's like, it makes my heart happy.
At Secret Lures, our bass and passion is what inspired us to bring you the brand new Stupid Craw Kit. This kit is filled to the brim with all 5 Stupid Craw colors and 2 sizes of Stupid Tube jig heads. Whether you're a tournament angler looking for an advantage over the competition,
that right there is fun, Stupid Craw.
Or you're passing the passion for bassin' to the next generation of anglers.
There's a lot of fun stuff about fishing, but I like catching big bass. I like just beating all the boys.
When you buy a Secret Lures Stupid Craw Kit, you're gonna turn the phrase "gone fishing" into "gone catching." Head on over to secretlures.com to purchase your Stupid Craw Kit and get hooked up with any of our tournament-grade tackle.